Just checking out this, well, I've got this Blue Note playlist on loop at the moment every single day watching those. By the way, have you seen this photo? Let me just turn Joe Henderson off for a second. This was taken at Coventry Cathedral. I did a tour. If I'd been vlogging, I would have probably made vlogs about it. But back in 2015, I did a tour of about 9 different cathedrals in the UK as part of this really different tour I was on. We did Edinburgh Festival as well. But what I did as part of the tour is I took my camera with me, and to get me out of my hotel room every single day, well, basically on every single gig, I went out and took my camera with me and took shots on the prime lens, 50mm lens, and shot them in black and white. So they're all on my Flickr page, which is here. So by all means, check them out. Don't pretend to be an amazing photographer. I just enjoy it. It's a nice hobby of mine, and see what you think. So my iTunes, Spotify playlist dilemma. Do you know, one of the things I love about selling physical CDs to people is that I get to know who's getting the CD. Even if it's just your postal address, I kind of get to sort of build a slight relationship with people over that. When it's iTunes, I don't know who's buying my music. And whilst, obviously if it went massive, that would be great. But the fact of the matter is, I am allowing my product, to a certain extent, out there for nothing to us, for basically, because it's pence what you get from Spotify and Apple Music. Now, occasionally you do hear about people like Neil Cowley, a colleague of mine who had a track from his album that went viral, for want of a better term, on Spotify and, kind of paid off a lot of money. But those stories are very, very rare for jazz musicians and anyone who's really creating within a niche. And so, I don't know, I'm sorely tempted. I have pulled some music off iTunes in the past. As a consumer, Apple Music, Spotify is amazing. The chance to be able to listen to all that music. As a music student, it's amazing. As a music creator, less so. Most people, there was this thing done, I'm trying to remember where I saw it, but they were talking about jazz record sales, and if you can kind of think jazz kind of accounts for something like 5%, maybe less, of sales of CDs and albums and probably downloads now. Of that 5%, there are kind of 5 artists that dominate 75% of the market. So Miles, Coltrane, Sonny, those kind of people. There's probably a fair old percentage that are classed as jazz that are not jazz, the likes of Kenny G and those kind of people. So you can see how it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I would rather reward those people who really dig my music, who are really engaged with my music, with kind of exclusive things. Which leads me on to the next thing. I have some tracks that we recorded at the end of the Jazz Vespers session last year. They're on a hard drive, they've not been mixed yet. I would love to get them mixed down, get them out there, but maybe on vinyl. Would that work for you? Maybe, I don't know, if I did vinyl with a Bandcamp download. I don't know. It's kind of just an idea I had. I'd need to do a Kickstarter or something because I'd need to raise the money to be able to get those done. But would you guys, especially if you're a subscriber, let me know what you think about that idea. I know it's great to have the music available, but I've got 200 CDs sat around here that I need to sell. And yet, once I've sold... Here's the dilemma. If you're creating in any form, it's the same for photographers, it's the same for videographers. It's this kind of thing. How do you enable yourself to be able to earn a living from it? We're not doing this as a hobby. This is our job, and if you want people to be able to, rise to that ability, to be able to keep creating content that you enjoy watching, there's got to be a way to pay the bills, guys. I'm not saying, I'm not in a position where I'm not able to pay the bills or anything like that, but I'm just kind of thinking, this thing about oversupplying. How many people are really going to notice my music through just browsing on iTunes? I can't remember the last time I did that. The kind of last time I kind of noticed someone I was like, wow, was watching Gregory Porter's gig. I mentioned this in a vlog last year. If I remember, I can find it. It's up there. Timon Pennicott. I hadn't heard him before. He was playing with Gregory Porter. I heard this break. I did a bit of Googling, found one of his albums. I think it wasn't on Apple Music, so I actually bought the album because I was like, I really dig this guy. He's great. When I go back and I listen to Smalls, I engage with his music. I want to listen to his gigs. I don't know. Today, I am just like, I sent this tweet out before. I am ready just to pull everything off Apple Music and Spotify. But I don't know whether I'm being a hypocrite there. Anyway, what I need to do now, I need to crack on and edit these videos that I shot last week at Woodward & Reed, reviews of some Yanagisawa mouthpieces. One of the things I've learned from vlogging in the last sort of 18 months is just, if you take time and notice it, and you do when you're filming it, just how beautiful the world is around you. You know, you really can miss a lot of things when you're rushing around everywhere, and on days that I vlog, I really start to appreciate the environment I live in, especially at this time of year, just as autumn's kicking in and the colours and the leaves start changing and everything else like that. You just get some, it's just really worth taking time to get outside as much as you can. One of the things I love about outside in this village is this tree here, this willow tree. I presume it's a willow tree anyway, I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But I just love the way it has different, you know, just the simple things, the way it goes through the different colours in the different seasons. You know, it's losing all its leaves now. Probably in a few weeks it will have no leaves at all. I took this picture just 10 days ago. And you know, look at the difference to it today. So there's quite a big change, and I just think that's kind of one of the nice things about vlogging, about, you know, photography and things like that, is just sort of documenting that environment around you. So, you know, as I keep trying to encourage all of you to take part in some form of content creation, ideally on YouTube if you can, if you've been part of our community, and I'll certainly help any way I can if people have got questions about kind of making videos. But just shooting the time lapse here, and then pick the kids up from school, and then it's the kids' parents' evening, and then I've really got to get those videos edited. Right. So there's nobody else in the world but you, love. Hasten to add, the McDonald's is for these two wonderful children and their excellent school report as a reward, although I did feel a bit bad that Amy did write in her first thing about wishing the summer holidays was all about going to McDonald's. That was with my dad. I'm starting to wonder if getting the TV down here, the Sky Q down here, was a good idea. Productivity and practice is already taking a hit. Anyway, I think that's as good a time as ever to call an end to today's vlog. I still haven't come to a decision about what I'm going to do about my music on Apple Music. There is kind of a compromise position, which I am strongly thinking about, which is I'll pull my music off Apple Music and Spotify, but just still allow it on iTunes. I feel that might be a better deal, but I don't want people to miss out on hearing my music. It's a conundrum that I'm going to have to dwell over and think about, but let me know what you guys think. I'll be really seriously interested to know whether you think it's, you know, definitely music should be available as much as possible, or whether you understand that kind of just giving it away is not always a good idea. Thank you very much for watching. I know I said we'd do a Q&A. Can we do that later this week? And I will definitely answer as many questions or comments. And I think what comes out of today's vlog will be a good starting point to do Q&A next time. So thank you very much for watching. If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button. We've kind of crawled up, not quite breached that 3,500 mark. It would be amazing if we did. And I'll try and think of a great prize for the person who's the 3,500th person to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.